One thing I've really struggled with in life is starting, and it doesn't really matter what it is, if it's a YouTube channel or a podcast or a business or whatever it may be. It just seems like I've always struggled doing this, and I think it comes to the world that we've lived in where we have all this technology and we're able to see all these people and what they're able to build, whereas back in the day you weren't really able to see all these people from across the world starting these businesses, generating 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, whatever it is. They're generating all this revenue. And now we live in this world where we have this technology and we're able to see all these people and just how successful these people are. And then we kind of compare ourselves to them, where they have this business that's generating all this money, and we think that we're never going to be able to get there because we're just starting out. We have nothing coming into the bank or anything like that, and we just never end up starting just because we see where they're at, and maybe they've been working at it for say 5+ years and we haven't even started, so we just don't even end up starting. And not only are you able to see into these people's lives and how well their business is doing and how much money they're generating, people are also going to be able to see into your life and how well you're doing and how well your business is doing or whatever you choose to start. So that fear of judgment or fear of failure, because people are going to be able to see into your life a lot easier than way back in the day. So additionally to being able to see into other people's lives and their businesses and how well they've been doing and seeing how many years they've been putting into it, people are also going to be able to see into your life and your business or whatever you choose to start. And that might end up hindering you wanting to start whatever it is that you want to start. Maybe it's just a musical instrument, or you're wanting to learn a new language, or it's a business or a YouTube channel or a podcast, whatever it is. They're able to see into your life a lot easier now compared to the old days where there was no technology. And I think technology's played a huge role in this. But at the same time, technology has a huge impact on how well you can actually do and if you utilize it well. But going back to comparing yourself to other people and just starting, yeah, they may have been born in certain advantages where they had a wealthy family or they had connections, but at the same time, they just had an idea and they took action upon it. That kind of relates back to my previous video that I talked about, where you have a decision and you go out and take action and you create something. But if you look at it where we're basically all starting out at the exact same point, where we're basically all starting out at 0 subscribers. Look at big YouTube channels like Mr. Beast, where he started out at 0 subscribers, and there's so many other channels out there where they also started out at 0 subscribers, or Instagram accounts. If you want to build your Instagram following up, they probably also started out at 0. Or if you're starting a business, you're also going to start with $0 in revenue. Whatever it is, you're basically going to be starting from 0, unless you buy something or you buy a business, you buy an Instagram page, whatever it is, but you're probably starting with 0 and you're starting at the very base, and you just got to build off that, and it's all about just starting. If you're thinking that you don't want to start because you're a beginner or you don't know enough, that's probably not a good place to start, because rarely are we a master whenever we start something. We're learning a lot along the way. Like, let's take Elon Musk, for example. When he was first born, he probably wasn't a genius. Maybe Elon Musk wasn't a good example. But for the most part, whenever we start something, we're learning a lot along the way, and we're never masters and we're constantly learning. So no matter what it is that you choose to start, you're going to be learning along the way, and you're never going to be perfect. And there's never going to be a perfect time to start. You're never going to be perfectly ready. The best time to start is yesterday, and the second best time to start is right now. You're going to be learning a lot along the way, and the only way to learn that is by starting. You can take examples like founders of businesses or bodybuilders, where they didn't start out massive and with 24-inch biceps and 200 pounds and 4% body physique winning competitions. They started out and they worked tirelessly and they took that action. And the main thing is that they started and they kept working towards it. Take for the founder of a business, he or she didn't end up starting out with a massive company, say with Apple. It started out as an idea, and what ended up happening was they took action and they found ways to get to where they wanted to go, and they just kept progressing along the way. And I'm sure they didn't know what they were doing along the way, where they learned a lot in the process of building that company. What's the worst that could happen? You may fail, but along the way, you're probably going to learn a lot in that process. And even if you do fail at that one venture, you're probably going to be able to start a new venture down the road. And you would have taken all those principles and valuable lessons that you learned in the first one, and then you're going to be able to apply it to your second one. And even if you do start your first one and it fails, you may be more inclined to start a second one just because you're in that habit of starting. Whereas if you don't start now, you may not be inclined to start in the future because you're always looking for that perfect opportunity, or you got to be perfectly ready, where that time's never actually going to come. Whereas if you start that business now and you end up failing, you may be more inclined to start in the future because you've already gotten that first one out of the way, and now you're going to be more inclined to start again in the future. Like, look at this YouTube channel. For me, I've met a lot of people that I wouldn't have otherwise met if I didn't start this. And I'm truly grateful and happy that I did end up starting my YouTube channel. And that's something that I've put off for a long time. I think going back maybe 10-ish years, I've wanted to start a YouTube channel, and it took me that long just to start it. And now that I've started it, I'm extremely happy that I have started it, and I've met a lot of people along the way. And if you do end up starting whatever it may be, you're probably going to end up meeting a lot of good people along the way that could have a lasting impact on your life. All journeys start with one step. It's that one small, simple action that gets you going down that path. All you have to do is start. As always, thanks for watching, and let's level up.